Alright, so now let's go through and let's talk about unit fractions and what unit fractions are. Like I said, we're gaining more traction in our fraction unit, and so this is just going to be one of the things that we're going to touch on briefly, but it's going to be very important when we start to talk about adding fraction or finding equivalent fractions or comparing fractions and benchmark fractions. So let's kind of go through and let's talk about unit fractions. So what a unit fraction is a fraction. A unit fraction is a fraction whose numerator is 1. Also, a unit fraction is one of the equal copies that make up a whole. So when we look at a unit fraction, we're only looking at one part of that whole. So let's look at some examples. Right now, we're looking at this one. This is 1/3, and this is also a unit fraction. And why is this a unit fraction? Because it's just one of those 3 copies that make up 3/3. But remember, when we're talking about a unit fraction, we're only talking about one of the parts that make up a whole, and one of those equal parts that make up a whole. So let's look at another one. This unit fraction, we will call this one 1/2. Why are we calling it 1/2? Because it is, the numerator is 1, and it is one of the copies that make up this whole. So now let's look at another one. This is 1/4. And again, the numerator, which is right here. Let me draw that the other way. The numerator is 1, and it is one of those 4 copies that make up the whole. Remember, a unit fraction has a numerator of 1. And so let's look at this one. It's an ugly picture, but I still like it. Remember, and this is 1/6. And this is, right here, this part right here, is one of the 6 copies, the 6 equal copies that make up this whole. And then the last one we're going to look at is 1/5. Remember, we're saying the same thing, that 1/5 is one of the 5 copies that make up one whole. And remember, again, the numerator is 1. So again, unit fraction has a numerator of 1. Period. And that is the end of our lesson on unit fractions.